Welcome to What's Your Story, where we, Jamie Marco,
and Stan Brown,
delve into the extraordinary lives of everyday people.
Listen in as we uncover the unique tales that shape who we are,
one story at a time.
Hey, let's get ready to explore today's story.
Let's do it. Hello, Todd.
Can I say good morning? Because they don't know if it's morning, afternoon, or evening.
Well, then maybe you should say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
Good night.
I think you've done that once before.
This napping is a part of my schedule.
Is it? Did you nap today?
Oh, no.
Not right now. Look at you all coordinated with your hat and your shirt today. If you're watching us on YouTube, you can see my dad's coordinated with his hat and his shirt. And so your hat is like the evolution thing. Let's
Yes.
see what it. Oh, okay, listener. If you're only listening, you can't see this, but it's the evolution of from ape all the way to man, and then ends in a pickleball player.
Kind of my personal journey.
Is it?
And this is actually the benefit of getting dressed in the dark.
Oh, you don't remember what you put on today?
It's very random. It works half the time works out. The other half it doesn't work out. Do not try this at home.
I do like the days when we are podcasting and I'm working from home because I just put on my hat as well too. Like I love wearing a hat. I would wear a hat when I was working all day long. I feel so comfortable wearing hats.
Well, it covers, the hat hair, the bed hair, the no hair. It covers everything.
Yeah, but I mean, like it's just comfortable. I feel
What's strange is as you get older, my category, people have no hair, but they put a hat on. When you see them in public with no hat, oh, nice to meet you. Who are you?
Oh, funny you should say that though.
It's
Okay.
very random.
Totally random. So I was just at a conference and my friend was there and her husband was there. Now I've never met her husband before, but we're friends on Facebook and on social media. And I've
Oh,
seen
so you've seen him
I've
before.
seen pictures of him. Yes. So I was coming out of my hotel room and the hotel was kind of convoluted of how you could get to the elevators. And I was so tired. It was a long flight.
Maybe you were convoluted.
I don't even know. I was like just so out of it. It was a long flight. I didn't know what I was doing, where I was going. And so
We call that Tuesday. Yes.
today, is today Tuesday? Oh, no, today's Monday. But
Okay.
today's Tuesday for you guys. I don't even know what day you're watching it. Anyway, and so I walked out and there was a guy there and I said, where's the elevator again? He said, oh, it's over here. And he started walking with me to the elevator. And then I go,
Do I know you?
are you so and so? And I said his name. He goes, I am. And he was like, how do I know you? I said, oh, I'm sorry. He goes, oh, I know who you are. And it was just funny that we had felt like we knew each
Wait,
other.
hold on. Were you wearing a hat or he was wearing a hat? Why didn't you recognize each other?
I was wearing a hat because we've never really met in person. So we've never met in person. So the fact that we never met in person was just that, it was interesting because I just knew him because I'd seen his pictures on Facebook and stuff like that.
Good story, I
So
think.
yeah, I think it's a good story.
Okay.
So the other thing I was thinking is that like we all talk about our funk and how everybody has funk and we're trying to like navigate that, whether there's like worldly funk or individual funk. You've had some funk lately.
We call it sciatica.
Right. How's it going with that?
It's the funk is a little less funk than it was less funk than it was last week. I like to be unfunked. I'm
Yes.
working towards that particular goal.
Well, and you tried some
A
acupuncture.
little
You've done some different.
acupuncture, PT, muscle relaxants, tequila, a little more tequila. It's just the exercise. It works its way out after a while.
Okay, well, listener, if you are experienced with sciatica and you found a good remedy, let us know because I don't like seeing my dad in pain.
This is actually SI, which is sacroiliac side. It's a little. I'm becoming a pain in my own behind.
Yes, yes, yes. Should we let our guest in?
Only appropriate,
All
only
right.
nice. Yes.
Talking about the power of connection, I met this guest while I was doing a segment on WFLA Channel 8 Bloom with Gail Gallardo. He was there, and I was like, I need to know you. So let's let him in because I think you are going to love him. What an incredible story, and just a cool, super human. So I'm excited for him to come in and for you to meet him and see more about him as well, too.
Good
Oh!
morning. Good afternoon. Good night.
I was going to preface it that I wasn't sure what you'd be wearing. And I know that sounds weird, listener. We're recording now, so we are live in. But like when we met, you had this like super bright, colorful shirt on. But today you're all business. You are in your jacket. You are Dr. Dituri today.
I'm at my office and it's freezing. It's cold.
Well,
For
put
me.
some pants on, Doc. Gee, come on.
Okay.
Well,
How are
and
you
yeah,
guys?
so it is cold. It's cold. Like so listener, we're in Florida. You're just in Tampa, a little bit north of us, but it's cold today. And I
Yeah.
hate saying that, seeing as though we have people that are like under snow this time of year, but it's
Right, right,
it's
right. It's
tough.
not that cold, but for
Right.
goodness sake, it's not warm for sure.
Compared
Yeah.
to yesterday, it dropped the whole week.
I
Absolutely.
know. Yeah, it's amazing how it's just yeah, the whole week's gonna be cold.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Are you
Is
being
it really?
I do a
That,
day at a time.
that's horrible. Oh,
I saw
well,
some of your bio, and this is maybe why you spend so much time underwater.
there you go.
But actually, I want to get into that, but I'm just curious before I forget this question. You did live underwater. We'll talk about that. I'm in my house right now and it's cold outside. So my windows are obviously not very insulated well because I'm feeling the cold inside. When you're underwater, we'll get to it in a minute, but I just quickly, do you feel the temperature as much as you would feel it like in living in a house?
Yeah, it's exactly the same temperature as the water, only it's 100% humidity.
Mm.
We are
Oh.
talking 100 days of bad hair days for me. And I freaking, like you and I have like the same hair. No, I know. It's like, oh my God, my bling, bling,
All right, well, we're going to get into that because that is such a cool story and I want to talk about it. But we start all of our episodes, and we are recording now, so this is live. We don't edit, so whatever you say, it's
Oh
you're
God,
representing, yeah.
It's in the ether for a long time.
damn it.
So we like to start our conversations off by asking the same question of all of our guests, and that question is, what is your number today? So, or like actually right now, what is your number right now on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being it's the best day you've ever had. You don't have a worry in the world. Like there's nothing bothering you, which are really rare. Those are like superhumans, four-leaf clovers, because if you've turned on the news or you just live in life or your dad as well too. So you always have something worrying you. But anyway, or all the way down to a 1, which is you should not have gotten out of bed and you should not be peopling. What is your number today?
Hold on. I'm going to guess.
Okay, what's
I
your
get,
number
I get a
today?
half a point either way. Yes.
11?
Every day. And here's the
Wow.
mindset, and here's why. And trust me, I falter on this because I'm an imperfect human.
But just so
But
you know, 11 is my lucky number, and
is
my
it?
life is surrounded by 11s.
That
But go
wasn't on
ahead.
the
I know, but
scale.
I was like, woo, go ahead. I know, right? All right, go ahead. Tell us why an 11. Like, because that's a random.
So every single day I get up and I thank him. I hit my knees and I thank him. And I say, look, tell me what it is that you want me to do because I'm living through you. I'm living for you. I'm doing your work. So thy will be done. I will do whatever you need me to do. And then he's like, I'm going to throw an old lady whose knuckles are like this in the car in front of you, and you're going to be late. I'm going to be like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Right? It's a mindset. If you don't change that, because we're here and we're on this journey. So you got right here, you got right now, you got this second. That's what you got.
I love
Everything.
that.
This is behind you. This is in front of you. This is now. The little old lady whose knuckles, and I'm being very literal this morning.
Well, there's more than one typically.
No, I mean, as I'm driving here this morning, and I'm like, I'm not supposed to be at work early. It's okay, whatever that means. I don't know, right? So yeah,
I
it's
love
it's
that.
when you are living for something else. It every day is just as you command, right?
So
So I
Really
the
just
cool
question that the question that
mindset.
begs, in what part of your career did you have this epiphany? You didn't always have this feeling.
no, no way. When I say so, I was a military guy for 28 years, right? You'll
Yeah.
probably get into that, but like, so this is my stack and
Oh.
rack from 28 years of active duty Navy service. And when I retired out of SOCOM, that's the paddle they gave me to go bye bye. In case
Did
you're
they
up the
hit the
creek.
did they hit you on the paddle as you walked out the door?
No, it's literally it's a boat paddle. It's a small boat paddle, and it's
Cool.
specifically in case you're ever caught up a creek, you'll always have a paddle.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so
So
go
we
ahead.
got a paddle. I got a paddle. I got lots of paddle. But the point is that 28 years of Navy service, I was wound like this tight. And I mean, I was not a very nice guy to be around growing up, but 28 years being in the Navy,
Sure.
Yeah.
I say jump, you say how high. Everybody moves at the speed that I'm moving. If you don't like that, too bad, I'm in charge. Right? Like that was the way that it was.
Yeah.
And then I joined academia I got out, I got a PhD in biomedical engineering, and everybody's like, you do what? Yeah, no, we're not moving at your speed, and you're gonna have to get over that. So you start this like understanding of all that. And then honestly, recently, I mean, I'm 58 years old. The older I get, the more I'm like, everything in my life, I look back and I can see everything from this to this to this to this, all lined up so that I can be doing this, so that I can be in an interview with you right this second. Right? That
I
my
love
life is
that.
led to this moment. And once you start getting that epiphany, once you start realizing this as you're older, you go, holy mackerel. Yeah, I got a lot of apologies that I got to send out to people yeah, it wasn't you, it was me.
Yeah.
That's my
What
bad.
that's like a, I mean, that's a really insightful way to look at life. Like that's incredible to think that way.
And just so you know, and I don't want your listeners to think like I falter every day. Every day I falter on that. And I like, but that's my base premise. And then I falter and then I come back and I go, oh, yeah, oh, that's right. Everything's going to work out. Oh, that's right. He's got a plan. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be late. Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to have to, termite infestation in the house. How is that good? Right? Like the
Yeah.
entire floor in the downstairs needs to be redone. 22 grand is the quote right now.
Ah,
I'm
That's
like,
cheap. That's cheap.
right? I'm like, it's a lesson. I don't know what the lesson is, but it's a lesson.
yeah. Oh my gosh. But what a
Right?
much what a nicer way to look at things than be like, woe is me. This is happening to me. I have a friend who says it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. And when you can switch that, like it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. And she's
Yeah.
had double time cancer patient, double time cancer survivor. And
Yeah.
just like when she said, when she switched that mindset, everything changed. And it sounds like that's where you're at, is that it's not happening to you, it's happening for you.
Yeah, and it truly is, and like all of this stuff is on a guided path. You guys ever ride the ride at Disneyland called Mr. Toad's Wild Ride?
Yes, of course.
Right? But
Yeah.
if you remember back in the day, there's a curb in the middle, there's a paved road, and there's a curb in the middle. So
Yeah.
you can affect a little bit of change by turning the steering wheel left and
Yeah.
rubbing against this side or turning steering.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you're going where the path takes you.
Yeah.
So fight the wheel or not, you're going where the ride is going.
I
So stop
love that.
freaking fighting.
I love
And
that.
do not lick Mr. Toad.
Well, so I am detecting a northeastern accent from you. Is that
New York.
accurate? New York. Okay, so is that where you were born in New York?
I was actually born in New York, yeah, and then we moved to Italy right away, pretty much right away. And then we spent 3 years over in Italy. My dad was working for Olivetti, and then we came back to New York. So grew up in New York. Yeah, I'm a Long Island boy.
Long Island, got it. So what was it about growing up? Like, was your dad also in the Navy? Or
Oh no,
so
no,
what
my
was
dad.
it? Sorry, go ahead.
No, my dad was a an army guy just after Vietnam War, right? So he was just after the Vietnam War. He was in the army, and then got out and started making a living, and things were going, reasonably well. And but me going into the Navy had here's the little known secret. And
Ooh, well, it's not going to be a
Hold
secret.
on.
We've got lots of
Lean
listeners,
in,
but
lean
we're going to
in.
lean in.
Yeah.
Go.
if my mother, I applied for the Marine Corps. So I went to go into the Marine Corps, and my mother said, no. And just like that. Like she literally laughed in my face and said, no,
Why
figure
is
something
that?
out.
Well, but
Because she
why?
didn't want me to die, right? Like she didn't want me
You're
to
the tip
just
of the
go
spear.
Oh, got
right?
it. So like they're their
Yeah,
first.
the Marines are
Yeah.
just like tip of the spear stuff. So I went to the Navy recruiter, and the Navy, boy, they were like, hey, you're kind of smarticle, and I'm like, well,
Is
I
that a term?
don't.
Because I'm totally stealing that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but I mean, they recognized that I did well
Yeah.
on one test,
Yeah.
so I guessed properly on one test. So they said, hey, we'll give you some educational opportunities. So I came back to my mom with that, and she said, better go back again and ask them for more. I was like, so I go back and like, I'm the middleman. I'm like the guy trying to buy the
You
car.
should have brought her with you.
But with your dad being in the army, you didn't want to go into the army?
I honest to goodness, the Army was never even like in the thought process. It was either
Really?
the Navy or the Marine Corps. That was it. The Air Force, I'm an Air Force guy. I don't want to fly. I'm not a pilot. I'm not that guy. But, I was like, okay, either I'm going to be a Marine, which is like charge the hill and blow things up, or I'm going to go be in the Navy and do something cool. What's that going to be? So I thought for a moment and I was like, all right, let's get an education out of this.
Sure.
So I worked towards the career that I worked and then, got education and then, oh boy, forget it. Now it's, now the gloves are off,
That's, I mean, 28 years you said of active
27
duty?
years, 8 months, 19 days. Not that I was
That's a
counting.
long life for a man. Jeez.
Wow. I mean, that in itself could be its own story, right? Just, I'm sure just the,
Oh, the things I could tell you. Oh, yeah, yeah. So I, I wrote this book called Secrets in Depth. And this book is an actual factional book. It's totally made up, never actually happened, but the names
right.
are changed to protect the guilty.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's a lot of real good stories in the
Listen,
in the
I have a planet. We're going to call this episode one, season one of your story. Okay? Does that
I
work?
know. I mean, we only
I
have
love
like
this.
50 minutes to talk to you. This
And
is like
I'm
amazing.
going to call it Stranger Things.
Nope,
Oh
already
yeah.
taken. Already taken. Already taken. So did you always, I mean, like in Long Island, you're close to the water, I suppose, but like, did you have a love of the ocean and a love of the water growing
Oh
up,
yeah.
or you did?
So I could tell my time in my life by the kind of boat that my old man had,
Wow.
right? Like we used to rent a 13-foot skiff and we'd go out on the bay and he'd motor us around and we'd go clamming and go fishing. And that was our Saturdays or Sundays, right? You wanted to hang out with the old man, he was on the boat because that was he did what he did on the weekend. And then we had, a couple of smaller boats, and then he got a bigger boat. And then, like that's actually the story of how I became a diver. So my old man, he's got a big boat, too big to pull out of the water, and he's got some kind of problem with the zinc tab underneath the shaft. And he goes, "Hey, do me a favor, take this mask, hold your breath, go underneath the boat, and try and take the zinc tab off." And I'm like, "Okay." 5 years old, right? I'm like,
You have siblings, or this is your knowledge, or
"Oh yeah, no, I have two older brothers, but
oh, so you're the youngest. Okay, yeah,
they
okay.
either weren't there. I don't remember why.
Sure,
We're
okay.
talking nine.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking 50 years ago, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Almost
yeah,
50 years ago.
yeah,
Yeah. So I try and do it. I hold my breath. I can't hold my breath, Dad. I try again. I can't hold my breath long enough. So he goes, "Hold on, stay right there." Now I'm standing in a canal in New York, right? Like literally in the canal. I'm standing on the bottom of the muck, right? He brings out my Uncle John's double hose regulated scuba setup, and we're talking mid 70s,
Sure.
yeah.
right? So we're talking a long time.
Really good regulated equipment, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
So he puts it
Checking those
on.
tanks every day.
I put the regulator in my mouth. I put it on, the mask on my face, and I don't have fins. There is no buoyancy compensator, right?
Oh
And
my God.
and I go underwater, and as I go, he goes, "Wait, don't hold your breath." And I'm like, "What?" That was the entirety of my scuba lesson. That's it. That's all I got.
Wow.
Don't hold your breath. So I go underwater and I'm in the mud underneath my old
The
man's boat
visibility must be like crap as well too.
like this,
Yeah.
right? And I'm like this, trying to take this thing apart. I finally take it apart. And as I do, there's a little fish right in front of me. I'm like, "Oh, hi, little fishy." And then I'm like, "This is so cool." Then I start looking around and I'm like, "Holy mackerel. There's a shopping cart over there. Oh, there's a fish over
Dead
there.
body with some
Oh,
concrete slippers over there.
it wasn't horrible, but it was, it was like a canal in New York. It was like there was things in the water. People throw stuff in the water. I used to throw stuff in the water, but nothing that I would do today. Like I probably wouldn't go in that water today, but that was what we did back then. And then from then it was over. It was absolutely over. I
Star is
would,
born. Yeah, sure.
That's
Mom, I'm
so
sorry. I
cool.
would cut school to go and dive in the canals in New York, steal the gear. Yeah, no, it's so bad.
And the
Yeah.
water must have been so cold too. So no wetsuit or no?
Yeah, no wetsuit. I didn't have that kind of money. Who has that kind of money?
Gosh, that is
Like,
what a crazy way to find your passion.
Right? 100%. Yeah.
I love that. And you wouldn't even know what that thing looked like going onto the boat because you'd never seen it before. So you were like literally just in the blind, in the dark, and then realized that that was actually your light.
Yeah. And then here I'm doing this for the rest of my, for the rest of my life. And it's all led to everything that I'm doing today.
Wow, that is just, and obviously diving today is very different. My dad and I have been diving together before, there's nothing like being under the water. There's
Nothing.
nothing like it. Yeah, it's
Nothing. Absolutely.
incredible. So, which leads me to, so you were in the Navy for 28 years, and then you come out and you get into academia. How does that transition, right? Obviously, you were very, what do you call it? What was the word you used about being smart and with the ocean? It was
Article. I,
yes, Smarticle. Yes, Smarticle. So obviously, like you have a very good sense of either nautical world and everything like that. So how do you transition from the education that you got in the Navy to getting into working at one of the biggest universities in Florida?
so I was, yeah. Oh, wow. I was sitting at Admiral Ed Winter's house, and Admiral McCraven was there, and I'm moving Ed out of his house because Ed's an old friend of mine, and he's retiring, and I'm moving him out of the house, and it's so the moving crew was, uh, Admiral Winters, 2-star Navy Admiral, Navy SEAL, Admiral Bill McCraven, 4-star Navy SEAL, and a 3-star general named Bradley. So Bradley Hiles, but so 3-star, a 4-star, and a 2-star, and then Joe. So who do you think's doing all the lifting, right? So we're all sitting there and just kibitzing, right? Because this is what we do when we move stuff. And Admiral McCraven goes, "Hey, so Aquanaut, what are you going to be when you grow up?" And I was like, "I don't know." And he's like, "Wow, why don't you come back and work with me?" Like, no, 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 no. I'm done on that. I did 28 years. I'm done.
Yeah.
He's like, "No, really. I could use your help on the preservation of the force in the family. We're losing 22 a day to suicide, and Congress is beating me up." Now, I'm condensing a really long
Sure.
conversation.
Yeah.
Long story short, I said, yes, I'll help on the preservation of the force and family. I volunteered, and I sat on that for about 6, 7 months. And I went back and I said, something is broken here. We are talking to our veterans and it's not working. And the words from my Admiral friend were very clear: permission granted, Aquanaut, fix the problem. And I went, shit. Right? Now, like you got no excuse, right?
Now
He
you
just
own it.
Yeah.
now you own it, right? Like
Yeah.
fix the problem. If you don't like the way we're doing it, fix it.
Right.
So
And
I
did
went
you
back to
say that?
school
I'm sorry, I just want to confirm. You said that the statistics show that 22 service men and women were losing their lives to suicide a day.
a day, a day. That number is purportedly higher right now. We are losing veterans on a daily. I mean, I am frankly, and I told all my friends, I said, I am tired of collecting death cards, right? Because you get the
Yeah.
mass card from yeah. So I told them, I said, I'm tired of collecting death cards. I'm not coming. And they said, what? That's cruel. And I'm like, it's cruel for you to take your life and for me to have to sit here without you. Like, this is hard for everybody, guys.
Yeah.
Cut it out. Like, this is not the solution. If you need me, call me. Pick up the phone. I promise you I will answer. I would rather sit with you and cry all night long over whatever we did that was stupid back in the day than to have to sit at your funeral or to carry your casket. I'm over it. Right.
Yeah.
So I went back and I got a PhD in biomedical engineering, and I tried to fix traumatic brain injury, and I've been trying to fix it ever since. And it's one of those things. And the funny part, you asked when my epiphany was, and I'd say the start of my journey was I was doing my research here on West Shore Boulevard, and I'm at West Shore and 275 right now.
Know the
And if
area
you
too.
keep going south, you get to the mall,
Yeah. We
West
both,
Shore Mall.
yeah, we know exactly where that is. Yeah.
Right at the West Shore Mall, coming out of that light, I was coming out from the Firestone in my 1947 Chevy. I had just brought it into them just to look at it. It was 9 o'clock in the morning. Stopped at the light. Light turned green. I went. I drove. 9:30. I got T-bone. Okay. Now I'm a TBI researcher. My head goes like this,
Oof.
like
Oh.
this. I got an 8 millimeter hemorrhagic stroke, prefrontal cortex, left side, and I am unconscious in a 47 Chevy with shaved door handles. They couldn't get me out. Toast. I'm toast. I wake up in the back of the ambulance. No joke. On the way to the hospital. I'm like, who are you? Where am I? What the hell's going on? And she's like, you don't remember anything? You've been talking to me for like 20 minutes. And I'm like, all right, now you're freaking me out. What happened? So I get to the hospital. I'm badly off. You know, they send me up to the ICU 2 days, and then 5 days longer I'm in the hospital. So I got a pretty bad TBI. Because why? God said, Joe, make a right. And I said, no, 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 I got it. I'm researching this way. He said, Joe, make a right. And I said, I got it. And then he hit me with a 6,000-pound SUV and said, I told you to make a right. Now you're going to have to fix it on your own. So I had to fix my own head. That's how I stumbled upon the cure for traumatic brain injury, because he
Oof.
gave me the lesson I needed.
How long ago was that?
How long ago?
Yeah.
That was September 7th of 21.
Wow.
That's a hell of a lesson. Jeez. Whew.
Right?
Oh,
But like,
wow.
I wrote the book and it just got to editing just before Christmas.
Yeah.
Why my traumatic brain injury is the best thing that ever happened to me. Best thing that ever happened to me.
So, I
Stumbled
mean,
on the cure for a TBI.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure there are listeners right now that either they've experienced something like this happening to them with a TBI, or they know somebody. So, are you able to share with us some of the insights that came from that?
Yeah, 100%. And it's this easy. Don't, because when I went to the doctor, they tell me, a traumatic brain injury researcher, they said, all you need is a tincture of time. And I
Can we
get
all need
that.
that? Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
like, and then maybe you'll get better, maybe you won't get better, but whatever it is, it'll be what it is. And I'm like, well, that is the stupidest thing I've ever
A
heard.
passive way to handle something. Yeah.
Thank you. And this is a medical doctor saying I need a tincture of time. And this is what they do to all the patients. They pull the hope right from you. Now, I'm not trying to give you false hope, but what I'm telling you is start with simple things, start with simple premises. The simple premise that I thought was increase cerebral blood flow. Now, before I got hit by the car, I was increasing cerebral blood flow with hyperbaric oxygen therapy alone. And that just was not enough. So
And you were doing that before the accident because why? Because of just the diving that
because
you've done, and like was there
driving, yep, it seemed to be right. I know from the mechanism of action, the known peer-reviewed, literature-supported mechanisms of action for hyperbaric medicine is that you can increase cerebral blood flow. So I was like going on the premise of increasing cerebral blood flow, but I'm a researcher, so I'm only doing one thing at a time.
Mhm.
And okay, so I don't often get this deep, but I was I was despondent, and I finally understood why people commit suicide. So September 7th, I got hit by the car. September 14th, I got out of the hospital,
7 days
right?
later? Geez, that was
7 days later, I was in the hospital for 7 days, 2 days in the ICU. They're like, hey, we're going to drill your head. You got some increase in pressure in your head. We might have to drill it. They didn't, but
oh my God.
7 days in the hospital. I was jacked up. So I said, don't worry. By that time, by a week later, I'm like, I now have my faculties. I'm back. I'm back. I'm like, let me out. I'm going to go heal myself the way I've always been trying to do it, hyperbaric oxygen therapy. And it just wasn't enough. So I did about a month of hyperbaric oxygen therapy, and I am despondent. I'm crying. The people in my office are like, Doc, you got to go home. You're scaring people. Like, you can't sit in the office and just cry. And I'm like, yeah. So then I go on the way home and I'm angry, like I want to pull the steering wheel off the car, angry, like, so very stereotypical prefrontal cortex reactions, right? A couple of weeks out of
Hyper
that,
emotional, is that what it is?
hyper
Yeah.
emotional, suspicious behavior. Like I suspected my accountant has the passwords for everything that I do. And like she runs my entire
Now I'm suspicious of her.
life. So she says, hey, you didn't pay me for September. You didn't pay me for September or October. I said, yes, I did. So she's like, Joe, look at me. Don't you think that if I really wanted to, that I could just take the money out and you'd never notice it? I'm telling you, you didn't pay me. And I'm like, huh. So I go back, and sure enough, I was wrong, right? Like, ah, what am I doing, right? Long story short, I'm despondent. When I say despondent, this is what he gave me that I needed. He gave me that, look, you are at the point of the end. And this is why everybody wants to commit suicide. So I literally got to the point where I was suicidal, but I'm Catholic. And I said to myself, Joe, you're going to set a date. Your date is December 8th. This is September, right? I'm maybe in middle of October right now when I'm despondent. And my date is December 8th. But you go before St. Peter and you got to answer the bell when you go up to heaven. You got to say, I did everything that I could. So I said, all right, I'm going to do everything that I can, but I don't have time to do it in series. I don't have time to do hyperbaric oxygen therapy and structural energetic therapy and physical therapy and neurofeedback therapy and cognitive. So I had to do it all at once. And that's the cure. The cure is that the whole is bigger than the sum of its parts. It's that easy. What should you do? Everything, everything, everything.
So
Go.
a question: the
Yeah.
TBI injury, the mood swings, was it more a physiological change of the damage or the blood flow, or a combination of both?
So the answer on all that is they don't know exactly what causes what. So you do get the decrease in cerebral blood flow from like something parked here, right? So that decreases your cerebral blood flow. But also you at that point you release all of these histamine markers, all of these immunoresponses, all of this inflammatory cascade, which goes to the brain, which actually really retards the oxygen flow as it gets to the brain. So it's a tough thing. And look, we don't know much about the brain. I mean, we have brain surgeons that can open the brain. You open the brain, it's a whole different story. Closed head wounds, they're a whole different story. We don't know anything. Look, concussions and traumatic brain injury have been on the books since 1600 BC.
Wow.
BC, thousands of years,
Wow.
right? So they have been on the books and we have not solved them. We don't know. We don't know anything about it. Only in 1300 AD did we finally make a differentiation between a concussion and a traumatic brain injury. We know bugats about the brain. Long story short, go ahead. Yeah.
So many questions. So I just want to clarify. So December 8th, was that the date that you were giving yourself that you were going to take your life, or December 8th was the date you were giving yourself? So what is special about December 8th? I'm not familiar with why that date.
It's my birthday.
Okay. Sorry.
No, it's okay. This is you gotta.
Oh, we're feeling it.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, and I have three daughters. I'm sorry. I have three daughters, right? So I'm like, and I'm divorced, right? They're long divorced. So I'm like, I'm gonna abandon them. But I'm like, they're better off without me, right? You do all of this just justifying in your head. But I needed this so I could understand what the boys are going through, what the girls are going through when they get hit in the head, and how they get. I mean, that bit of emotion that just came up. Holy mackerel! I haven't felt that in years. I mean, a year certainly. I haven't felt it in over a year. I try and go through it on my birthday and make sure that I don't do stupid things again, right? So I go through these things on my birthday. But yeah, I certainly haven't felt it in about a year. But I apologize.
No, don't apologize at all. No apologies needed.
When does a concussion become a TBI?
So when does nobody knows, right? It's like a spectrum disease, right? You have a really serious traumatic brain injury, and then a moderate, and then a mild, and then a concussion. But a concussion might feel worse than a mild traumatic brain injury, but nobody knows.
So you can really get the same symptomology from a concussion that you have from a TBI, correct?
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. And it's all symptom based, right? It's all forgetting things. So my biggest problem was I'm a researcher and I got to read things, right? So as I'm reading with my left eye on the top line and my right eye is reading the second line. And I'm like, that didn't make any sense. Let me read that again. That didn't make any sense. Let me read that again. And then you're frustrated because you have what the Matrix calls residual self-image, right? You go, I used to be 25 years old. I used to be able to bench straight 15. I used to be able to read. I used to be smart. I used to be good looking.
No, I can't.
Holy mackerel, what the hell happened, right? Like, and now you look in the mirror and you go, who's the gray-haired old guy with the what the hell is going on with your eyes? Close your eyes. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're getting old, so you have all this
Sure.
residual self-image. So, I mean, that's the aging thing, but the concussion thing, you look in the mirror and you go, I used to could be something. I used to do. I used to be a commander in the Navy. I
It,
used to be,
it amplifies the darkness, basically. Sure.
oh, horribly, horribly. So when you get to that point where you don't feel like you have anything else, you would,
End of the line. Sure.
yeah, you'd consider that, right?
So in
I
60 days, you turned that around by doing everything.
everything at the same time. So let me give you a perfect for instance. I was starting to get better once I started doing hyperbaric oxygen therapy and neurofeedback therapy and cognitive behavioral therapy. I mean, this is like going to see a psychologist, right? Talking to somebody about it, working through the issues during neurofeedback, doing hyperbarics. So I started with the simple premise. I am a scientist and I want to do this scientifically. So things that will increase cerebral blood flow. Make sense?
Sure.
Let's just keep that premise going. What increases cerebral blood flow? Well, go to the gym. That increases cerebral blood flow. So I went to the gym. And I mean, I was always at the gym every day anyway. So, but this is not a big deal, but I was doing it more and more and more.
Mm.
And then I'm driving my car on the way home one day and I see the polar bear on the side of the road and it says ice, 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 $5. You know the sign, right?
Oh,
You
yeah,
see it
Yeah,
on
sure.
every
yeah.
gym, right? And I go, ice. Huh. So what happens to your peripheral perfusion, your blood flow in your peripheries when you immerse in cold water?
Contracts.
Well, it shunts to the core, right? And if your head's the only thing that comes out that is out of the water, you have to increase cerebral blood flow. It's a volume thing, right? If it's not in the extremities anymore,
Got to go
it's in
someplace.
and the brain. It's got to, right? So I said, I grabbed 40 pounds of ice. I put it in my ice. I did an ice bath and I was like, oh, I feel amazing. And I started doing research. And listen, the thing that shifted it for me, I felt so amazing that I went out and I bought a $14,000 ice bath. And I'm not joking, right? You don't have to buy a $14,000, but I bought one. Then I started doing research on ice baths. This is the lead that he gave me, right? I'm going down the road that he gave me because ice bath is such a transformative thing. 250 times the endorphins, right? You get a 13% increase in brown adipose tissue. Brown adipose tissue is that mitochondrial dense tissue. It's baby fat, right? Baby fat is brown fat. That's good fat. White fat, you don't want any of that. But you get an increase in brown fat, you get good things going on. You get a not only do you get the endorphins, you get these things called cold shock proteins. This help you heal, help your body get better. So I didn't even know any of that when I jumped in the bath the first time. I just knew I felt amazing. And I was like, we got to start singing from the rooftops, right? Saunas, ice bath, talking with people, having a sense of community, having a sense of purpose, everything. Red light therapy, right? Red light. Everybody's like, that stuff doesn't work. It's not science. No, it increases blood flow. Red light increases blood flow. That fibroblast proliferation, collagen synthesis stem, it works. It increases blood flow. Now, I'm not trying to pan off anything
Oh,
or sell
sure.
it.
Right.
Just,
But I mean,
just
like you also have access to so much because of your role, right? Like you had so much
thank you.
access to do all these things. But for the average person, they wouldn't
Yeah,
even know where to begin or where, I mean, you don't have a bathtub. Like if there's some ice in a bathtub.
yeah,
But how does somebody that doesn't have all of that access, especially I'm not getting political, but with our healthcare
no.
system being the way that it is, and
Oh, yes, yes.
you don't have things covered and things are expensive. So how does your research help? And not that this, I don't want this to sound, but like people like me who don't have all the
Yep,
resources to go out there and, do that. What's the
yeah.
answer?
So the first suggestion that I have is not just do everything, but try and figure out by listening to people what they have done and get them better. So the first thing that I did was the wildest, stupidest, craziest, easiest thing to do. Go out in the morning and face east and watch the sunrise. It's that easy. And start your meditative process. Breathe in through the nose, Breathe out through the nose,
Repeat that.
right?
Repeat it.
This, right? The in, the out, the in, the out, right? Don't breathe through the mouth, breathe through the nose and regulate your nervous system, right? Take yourself down a couple of notches. At that point, that's when I did my gratitude journaling, my thing. This is all free. You don't have to do, you walk to the pier in Tampa and you could watch the sunrise. And
Yeah.
there's a
Walk
whole
out on
bunch
your
of us.
driveway. Walk out on your driveway and see the sun comes up for all of us in different places.
Right, exactly. So if you can do something like that and then combine it with rituals like breathing, meditating, journaling, gratitude journaling, I started to like get a little bit better by just doing stuff like that. And then a little bit of ice bathing. And then if there's a sauna that you have that happens to be at the gym, you can go to the gym and use their sauna, right? There's ways around this stuff, but like, now, am I asking you to go take, 5 grams of creatine? No, I'm not telling you to do anything like weirdly scientific at this point. I'm telling you to first start with that red light stuff because the red light, when the sun comes up, you get that red light in your eyes. It's healing, it's nurturing, it's nature, and it's a natural healing. Stay outside as much as you can. Move your body. Increases cerebral blood flow comes with an increase in blood flow overall, right? So just get out and move, right?
And walk barefoot.
I imagine that
Grounding.
your
I like
research,
this.
yeah, I love being barefoot. I imagine that your research does revolve around brain injury, but I imagine a
Yeah.
lot of the things that you're talking about could also heal other ailments as well too, right? Like that cerebral movement could also help other ailments in the body. Do you focus on that as well with your research about the other diseases that are out there that could be impacted by some of the remedies you're talking about?
So Uh, as of December 4th, I no longer work at the University of South Florida as the assistant vice president.
Oh,
I
okay.
took a role at Arizona State University on the X Prize team for longevity, and I am
Mm.
taking
Wow.
all of this stuff that I learned and I'm applying it to the longevity of the human across the board, and we're going to reduce people's ages by 20 to 30 years.
I'm in.
Do you need a test person, people?
We
I just did
will.
this exercise yesterday at an event, and I was talking about that. I asked them, how long do you think the average male lives in the United States? And I think the research is like between 76 and 78. Is that
Yeah, I
accurate?
was going to say 75. That sounds right.
Yeah. And so I have them have this like ruler thing, and I say, okay, it's up 100 centimeters. I would love to live to 100. Some people live beyond that. And I say, go find your age on there, tear it off, throw that away. You can't do anything with the past.
Right, right.
And then
It's
I
nothing.
said, right. And then I said, now go up to 76, tear it off there because that's whatever. And that's whatever you have left to make a difference in this world. But from what I'm understanding is that I need to go buy longer ones because you're going to add 20 years to that. So, first of all, congratulations on your new role. I did not know that. That's
Yeah,
incredible.
nobody does. You're the first person to know. I mean,
Okay.
quite literally, I've not told anybody.
Oh,
I
wow.
mean,
So as of
yeah,
December, this past December or this upcoming?
December 4th.
Really? So you're like
This is-
now a month in, a little bit over a
Yeah,
month into the new role.
yeah, but I took the holidays, right? So really, I'm a
Yeah.
couple of days in.
Yeah. And then this is air. I forget when your episode's airing, so it's going to be after this anyway. But wow, how incredible. So what was it about? So I guess you are impacting life then for
Well,
others.
more than that, has the research been transferred to the veteran community?
So I have transferred the research to the veterans community. I set up the study at the University of South Florida. It's still running. It's moving at a speed just faster than glacial. And like I told you in the beginning, I can't move that slow.
Mhm.
So they're doing that, and that's fine. And they got it now that I set it up. But they should have no problem completing it. But you know, I'm
So
not.
apparently, how many days did you meet your goal before your birthday, before December 8th, on your own
How many?
personal point? Your own, you gave yourself the time to December 8th to heal yourself.
I did. So interestingly enough, so I started this all in about mid-October, and by Thanksgiving, the idea of suicide was off the table.
Hmm.
So it was a month. So it's a month worth of treatment. You can do things, you can make moves, you can make shifts, you can get positive, you talk to people, you know, all this stuff. And you don't have to do it with counselors, you can do it with friends. Now, I don't advocate doing non-medical things, right? Like you got to do some things, right? You got to do some things that are medical, and you should be under the care of a medical doctor for that. So please don't think that I'm like, oh, just screw all the medical guys. there
Right.
is some medical help.
Combination. Yeah. And that's probably what helped you as well, too. I would imagine that you were talking to somebody about how you were feeling, and that was part of
Oh
your
yeah.
process. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I had to. You have to. And to this day I still do, right? Like you
Yeah.
still talk to people. And I was a proud military guy and I never no way I'm going to see somebody, no way. They'll take my security clearance. Well, then you realize, oh geez, everybody needs to talk to somebody. So just go talk to somebody and figure it out and kind of.
How has your relationship changed with your three daughters over the last 5, 6 years that you've been going through this and the changes and like your life and your new outlook?
Well, you set stuff down when they're young, and those things, like I said, unfortunately, I was wound really tight at that point, and they are consequently wound really tight. Um, so that's an unfortunate consequence of my being wound tight. The relationship with the daughters has improved just because frankly, I've become a nicer person.
Yeah.
It's very much my way, no highway option. I'm a much kinder person than I was before. But that was the role of the military officer. It
Sure.
wasn't
Yeah.
the hey,
Yeah. Like
I
nature
wasn't
versus
there,
nurture, almost kind of a thing. Yeah. Yeah.
right. Plus, this was my kids are, my oldest is 30 this year for crying out loud. So it's not like they're young.
Yeah.
Um, we get they're older, and back in the day, there wasn't all this, like they didn't have iPads, they didn't have,
Yeah.
it wasn't a thing, right? They watched TV, they hung out, they went to bed. We told them to go to bed. That was
Yeah.
the kind of thing that we did. So,
Do
Yeah.
they comment on your own personal metamorphosis? Are they aware of it?
my eldest is, my youngest is just very much like she got the gratitude bug early, and she is very grateful that she's been given anything. So she's just like ready to rock and roll. So she's forgiven me. The middle one, she's not there yet, but she's an MS2 at med school, and she'll come around when it's time for her to come around.
Yeah. He has three daughters as well, too. I'm the middle of the
Do
three. So if
you?
you ever need
Oh,
feedback or if you guys need to go have like a commiserating lunch together, feel
We
free.
say in the Brown house, we say kids are like puppies. When they're small, they're so cute and nice.
Hey,
They get better. Some
I'm
get
his
better.
favorite. I'm his favorite. And neither of my sisters watch this episode, so I'm definitely his favorite. Um, so I want to touch on, and I know you've got your time is busy, but I do want to spend some time talking about your world record because I think that is really cool. And listener, I got to meet, can I call you Joe or do you like Joseph? Remind me, what do you?
no.
I met Joe. We were both,
Joseph, Joey,
all right. The
JoJo.
big J. No. I met you while we were both doing a segment on TV, and I knew the second that I met you, I just was like, oh my gosh, this guy is amazing and incredible and awesome. And I'm just telling you that whatever you've done, it's coming, it permeates out of you. But I do know also that you're known for breaking a world record. And I love to talk about how that came about and why you did that and tell our listeners a little bit about that because I'm fascinated by that.
Goodness. So, in I don't know, 2019. All right, back up. Phew. When I retired from the, dude, you got good questions, I'm telling you. So, retired from the Navy, I was a bit of a submersible expert, right? So before I started working, before I started moving, before I started helping McCraven and doing all the traumatic brain
Yeah.
injuries, I wasn't retired yet, but I couldn't work. I couldn't really do anything, but I was on what they call terminal leave. So I got a call from James Cameron's people. And I mean James Cameron, the filmmaker.
Titanic. Yeah. I mean, I know him for other things too, but yeah.
Avatar.
So they says, hey, listen, Jim wants you out at the house. I'm like, Jim, like James Cameron. I'm like, James Cameron wants me at his house. Yeah. Okay. I said, send me a ticket. We'll see. Right. Like this is all BS. My friends are putting people up.
Right.
They send me a ticket. I go out to James Cameron's house. I go out California. We drive all the way into God's nowhere, the isolated, secluded place, hanging out at his house, walking his dog on the beach. I hear about the entire endeavor for him to go to the bottom of the Marianas Trench. Okay. Now he's done, and he wants to loan his submersible to Woods Hole Oceanographic Institute. So he needs a submersible expert to evaluate the submersible. Okay, I can do it. Cool, least squares analysis. I'm a submersible guy. I did it. And I'm looking. And the report is due on December 24th of 13, something like 12 or 13. I can't remember. So it's due. Okay. So it's Christmas Eve, and I'm sitting in my office and I'm reading everything, right? I'm going through everything. I'm typing up the report because it's due. All right. I finally come across a thing that he found while he was down there. James Cameron went to the bottom of the Marianas Trench. He picked up a little thing called a sea lice. Now you live in Florida. Sea lice, they bite you. They're
Yeah.
like teeny tiny.
They're
You
like the
can't even really
museums
see
of
them.
the ocean.
No seams of the ocean, right? Underwater at 35,000 feet, they are about 11 inches big. Now, nobody knew. Nobody knew. And what he did is he just collected one. He reached out, grabbed it with the arm, put it in the bag, brought it to the surface. He's not a marine biologist. He knows nothing about it. So we pulled a DNA sample off it. When you pull a DNA sample off it, you match it, it's a partial cure for Alzheimer's. Let me say that again a different way. A partial cure for a disease that afflicts humanity existed at the bottom of the Marianas Trench,
Oh my
and
gosh.
we never knew. So I'm sitting in my office, December 24th, and I lean back in my chair and I go like this, and I go, "We have to live in the ocean." And everybody's like, so from that day on, we have to live in the ocean. Everybody's
Yeah.
like, "You are ridiculous. You're like a Muppet." And I'm like, "No, I swear, we have to live in the ocean." And then, the whole
Yeah.
time I'm trying to fix traumatic brain injury, do my other stuff, but I'm like, "We have to live in the ocean. We have to live in the ocean." And then
Yeah.
2019, a bunch of friends of mine got together, and five of us, we went to go live in that habitat for 5 days just to do a preliminary experiment.
Right.
So we did that. We did a bunch of science to increase, to see what it does and increase knowledge and get people knowledgeable about what we're doing. And then COVID hit in 2020, so couldn't do the 100-day mission in 2020, 2021, 2022. All this happened, and then I'm like, guys, I'm going in 2023. Who's coming with me? And they're like, my dog, my cat, my chicken, my squirrel. I can't. The babies, whatever. So nobody could come. So I said, I'm going. I'm doing it. I'm doing 100 days. And they're like, okay, we'll support you in any way, shape, or form we can, but we can't do the whole 100 days with you. So I did 100 days underwater.
And tell us a little bit about what you were in, what submersive you were in. Like, what was that?
So I was basically in what you basically call a habitat or a hyperbaric chamber. So this is the tube that I was in. It's a big long tube, and it was open on the bottom. So that meant the pressure in this would push out the water, but the the water wouldn't come in it. So it was air inside because the air was constantly flowing. So think of it as like a cup that's turned upside down in the pool or something like that, but just a
Okay.
little stash of air. Oh, that was neat. But it was Jules Undersea Lodge, and it's a habitat that exists today, and you can go today and do scientific experiments in there.
Where
So it
is
was
it? Where is it?
it's in off the coast of Key Largo,
Oh yeah, I've heard of it.
the Keys. Yep.
Wow. And so you did that solitary by yourself. I mean, that's the definition
By
of solitary,
myself
right?
mostly. People came and visited me
Oh,
for
they
on
did.
occasion, but yeah.
On what day of the 100 did the novelty pass?
Oh, on day like 93, I was puking in a bucket, and some kids
And you
swam
couldn't
by.
get rid of it because you couldn't even flush it.
Couldn't even. I was puking in a bucket. Yeah, there's nowhere to go. So I saw a kid swim by the window. What I said when I first went down there was, every kid that swims by that window is going to get a high five from me. So I crawled across the floor. Oh, we have fun, right? Like because I wanted to keep the kid thing going, but day 92, I was like, I was really sick.
Yeah. And
But yeah,
you have a book about that experience, right?
I wrote a scientific paper about it that's been published. But so yeah, it's 100 days living underwater, and guess what? It's all the same mechanisms of action, known, peer-reviewed, literature-supported, of hyperbaric medicine. Hyper means more than, baric means pressure. So it's just hyperbaric medicine, only in the water. Diving is hyperbaric medicine.
What was it what were you sick from? What disease or just,
Oh, like somebody had come down and given me like the Ricky crud,
oh, really?
some kind of
Mm. That, I mean, I have so many questions about that, but we've already taken up so much of your time. But I'm like, we do need to bring you back because I'm like, tell me more
Girl,
about
no,
that.
yeah, we have lots to talk about. So we can
I
It's only
definitely.
season one.
I know. I mean, just fascinated by that. So now, in your new journey working at Arizona State, right? Arizona State
Yep.
University, you're taking on how to help humans live longer,
Yep.
and how to give us 20 years back or 20 years forward, I guess you could say. You can't get them back, but forward. And there's
Yep.
so many things out there right now. People are taking GLP-1s, they're trying to lose weight to extend their life. We don't know really the research behind that. There's people that take estrogen, people that take
Yep.
collagen, people that do this, and and they drink. My husband just started drinking some mud coffee this morning, and that had lion's mane mushroom in it. There's like kombucha tea. There's a million things
Yep.
out there.
Yep.
So I know you're just starting in your research, but obviously you got into this role because you're passionate about it and you've got some thoughts on it. What would you say of our listeners that are listening right now? What would be like your top three things that they can do to just start to elongate their life?
This easy. Okay. It's an acronym that I call GAMPS, but don't worry about it just yet. First is spell gym with a G. You can go to the gym every day and you're never going to bulk up. You're never going to get too big. You're never going to, but it's going to help you with everything from grip strength, single largest indicator of longevity, grip strength. It's going to help you with grip strength. It's going to help you with stability. It's going to help you with balance. It's going to help you with strength. Anything that you get, any disease that you can contrive,
Hmm.
muscle will help it, right? So build muscle, okay? A is autophagy. What you have to do is create a spot in your look. Everybody wants to make their life really easy. Your life's not supposed to be easy, it's supposed to be hard. You're supposed to create hormesis. You're supposed to create this process known as hormesis, which you get when you institute cold in your body when you're normally warm, when you institute warmth when you're normally cold, when you wake up early, when you go to bed late, when you expand the boundaries. Like you can get this through hyperbaric medicine, you can get it through intermittent fasting. But regardless, you need to create that process known as hormesis, because when you do that, your cells stop fornicating, they stop replicating, and they start to go into preservation mode, right? And it's natural. It's very natural. We're supposed to be out in challenging, threatening situations.
You're creating internal discomfort.
Internal discomfort, but the right amount and the right
Yeah.
kind. Now, if you live in a stress-filled environment and you're always worried about getting to work, that's not the good
Sure.
stress,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You want good stressors, not bad stressors. Hormetic stressors is what you want, And
On that, so I just
yeah,
watched a really funny film, Good Fortune. It's with Keanu Reeves and Seth Rogen and Aziz Ansari. But they joke about it that he's in a sauna, he gets out, he gets in the ice bath, and he goes back in the sauna and back and forth. Is that doing it like that, or is it
exactly,
okay?
exactly like that.
Got it. Okay.
Always wash because the toxins that come out of the sauna should not go in the ice bath. But yes, always wash. But yeah, exactly right.
Okay, got it. Okay, got it. Okay, so we got the G, the A, then what?
Yeah. G, the A, the M, the mindset, right? The mindset. You have to basically have a spiritual mindset. You have to have, I don't care if you believe in my God or I don't care what God you believe in, but there's something, not you, here, right? Whatever that something is, you have to believe in it. You have to have friendships. You have to have, we are social creatures. We need to
Yeah.
be social. It's one of these like we got to get there from here.
Yeah.
T is telomere lengthening. You want to do things that can lengthen your telomeres. While I was underwater in hyperbaric medicine, I increased my telomeres by 17%.
That's huge. Ooh.
Wow.
Huge, huge for a guy my age, right? Like 58 years old. Hey, I got a little bit extra left. Because when you do the mRNA to DNA transcription thing on the end of the chromosome, there's these little things called, they're like shoelaces, if you will, but like a little tick of them is gone every time you replicate. Every time you replicate, you lose one. When they're gone, when the shoelace is gone, that's it. That's it. You're over. You're done. But you can lengthen those telomeres by doing things. You can shorten them by exposing yourself to ionizing radiation, right? So,
Can
you
you
know,
lengthen by injecting real stem cells?
No, stem cells won't increase telomere length, at least as far as we know right now. But stem cells are really
But would it
interesting.
slow the replication process, though, which in turn would not take away the telomere so much?
I don't think so. Stem cells are great for healing the body, right? Like you got broken areas in your body, you got damaged liver, you got damaged whatever. Like, look, everybody drinks alcohol. Everybody that I know drinks alcohol.
Yeah.
Everybody drinks alcohol. You damage your liver, right? You need stem cells to repair that. Right? That's just the way that it goes, you know.
So how else do you lengthen them? Like what is something outside of hyperbaric chambers? What is something that like I could do every day to lengthen that?
Yeah, so it's part of your lifestyle, right? Now the jury's still out on this. Some people say that red light lengthens your telomeres. Not proven in science just yet, but maybe. We're talking about red light that you get from the sun in the morning at
Right.
when it
Right.
rises.
Yeah.
And the sun sets too. You can watch sunsets too, that kind of thing. Basically it's that healthy living lifestyle. It's that
Yeah.
breathing, that relaxing, that calming, that
Combination of things. Okay, got it.
right, a combination of things, right? So basically, decide to change the way you live. The H is for hydration. Hydration, it's a sing, right? So, so this is me. Water every day. I do 4 liters of water a day. Every day, 4 liters of water. Yep.
4 liters. Wow.
Oh yeah. If you're not drinking at least three, you're not drinking enough. And if your pee is anything but like straw in color, you're not drinking enough. And
Wow.
then
Oh,
S. S is sunlight and sleep.
yeah.
No TED Talk, huh?
Sunlight and
I
sleep.
don't know if
I mean,
something.
it's easy. You can lengthen telomeres by sleeping. You can get smarter by sleeping. You can
Yeah. Oh, there, I say that sleep deprivation is like the worst form of torture. It is the worst form. But when I get a good night's sleep, I just feel like last night I slept so well and I just feel like I'm fired today. So yeah, sleep
the
is
world is on
that.
fire. Right? Yeah. No, I love it. Yeah.
Are you
Wow.
telling me that a Florida boy is going out to the desert, or
No, he's working here.
you-
It's remote, right? It's
Oh
remote
no,
work,
I'm
right?
working remote. I'm working
Yeah.
remote. I'm going out there to just talk to them in the end of this month. But yeah, no, I'm remoting. No way. No way.
Yeah.
No way. Yeah.
Well, I just think you are freaking awesome. I am so grateful. I was like, you have to be on the podcast. Like you just we
He's,
like
he's committed to episode 2?
we're gonna get you back. I want to get you
shoot,
back, and I want
shoot.
yes, 100, 2, 3, and 4. I
Yeah,
just
let's
think
do it.
that there's just like I just absolutely when I met you was just amazed by your energy, and I just loved everything about you. And I was like, we have to get you on. So thank you for saying yes. Thank
Oh
you
yeah,
for sharing and being
please.
vulnerable about your story. I do believe that will help so many people. It's so interesting. We have spoken to some veterans as well who have talked about that PTSD and talked about that challenge and that struggle they go through. And then we have a guest that's coming up that is talking about how he got caught in a cave, right?
Another marine biologist, yes.
Yeah,
No
who was
way.
like, did he almost
He,
die in the
he didn't
cave?
make it out of the cave, had a very out of body experience.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he'll be a
He
guest.
may even know him. His name's Lex Waters. I'm sure he knows you.
Oh, I don't. I
We'll
don't
have to ask
know. That's
him.
oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, ask him, man. And
Yeah.
listen, here's my thing. Give them hope. Not false hope, but give them hope. And then wrap your arms around them. If they have a TBI, wrap your arms around them and walk down the road with them. And my view of life right now is everybody that I talk to has a TBI. And I mean everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody I talk to. So I treat them with the kid gloves, or I try to, right? I'm not perfect. I'm
Yeah.
so far from perfect.
Nobody is.
Just
Nobody is.
ask anybody who's ever dated me.
Well,
So,
nobody is
Wait,
perfect. Yeah.
that's episode 3.
There we go. Wait,
yeah,
are you saying that you're single now? We should be fixing you up as well too?
nope, you should not be fixing me up.
Just
But yeah, I am unmarried, but that is not what I'm looking for at this point. I'm looking to do the work that I'm supposed to be doing at
Yes.
this point. So
Well, I'm
no, I
so
I
glad that
have
you
wonderful
are.
people in my life, and I'm blessed for having them. So,
Well, if you
but
need 2 test cases, we're happy to go to Arizona,
Two
meet
different
dummies. Yeah.
different age dynamics.
Yeah.
different age. No, the selection criteria is 50 to 80.
Oh, well, you do that.
Uh,
He just meets it.
Just
I'll be
meets
there in a
it.
couple
70,
years.
77.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. I love
I
that.
gotta
Yeah.
check my telomeres, man.
I
Woo!
know. I know. Is there a way to test that?
There is. It's called flow cytometry testing. Yeah. No, it's not flow cytometry. There's a test for it. There's a test for telomere. Yeah.
Oh.
How often should one do barometric treatments? Once a
If
week?
you were going to go do hyperbarics, you could probably just do a course of once a day for like 5 days a week for an entire month, and you'd probably have enough to make you longer. But the jury's still out on that. Some of the science says 60 days. Some of it says 30 days.
But
30
going for a
days.
scuba dive helps. Just going for a dive.
Absolutely. It's the same thing. And this is nobody wants to tell you that. Like, come on, man, this is easy. Redistribution of fluid. There's so much to go into on that. But
Oh
yeah,
my gosh. I miss
I
that.
love
I
it.
love my scuba days.
Dr. Joe, what a time. Your
Thank
genuineness
you.
is fantastic. It's transferable.
You guys are amazing. And by the way, I love the father-daughter thing. I would cherish the opportunity to do that with any one of my daughters. So
It's
if
never
you're
too late.
listening, girls,
There you go.
yeah,
Yeah. It's never too
I
late.
love
Send him this episode and say and start your own podcast. There you go. Lots to talk
Don't
about.
have the competition, please.
There's
Gee.
not competition. There's no competition. It's all the more voices out there giving good to the world, the better the world is. So
See, you get it. You get
yeah.
it. It's yeah, and you're good people. I love it. Thank you so much for
Oh,
having
thank
me
you.
on.
Good
Thank
luck.
you.
Good luck in your next chapter.
Yes,
Fabulous.
we're so
Yeah, thank
grateful.
you. Thank you. We'll let you know how it goes.
Yes.
We'll be in touch.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
please do.
much.
All right,
Bye.
guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Man, what a oof.
Right? Did I tell you he was freaking awesome? What?
Son, he's cracked the code, but no one's there to pick up the football and carry it over the line.
Well, I don't know. He's done so much incredible work. I'm sure there's so many. I mean, can you imagine going to James Cameron's house? That's insane. I was going to ask him,
Oh, wait, I got a call.
when
I
did the
got
submarine,
a spam call last week. Could it
okay,
be?
but when did the submarine explode under the ocean? That was like around the same time he was going to do that, wasn't it?
My timeline's messed up. I'm not sure.
Like, you know what I'm talking about when those like bazillionaires went down below and did that. I mean, obviously he didn't go down with that. He just, but how did they even learn that that helped with Alzheimer's? Like that's, I mean, there's so, I meant to ask him if he believes that UFOs live in the ocean.
This requires
I know. I'm gonna invite him because like, remember how I just read something that someone said that UFOs live under the ocean.
well,
I meant to ask him
there's a
that.
lot of that going around. Yeah, there's all kinds of trenches and stuff. And
Oh my gosh, listener, we hope that you enjoyed this conversation with Dr. Joe just as much as we did. And
you
certainly,
heard stuff on this podcast you don't hear other places. This is not
right.
Joe Rogan stuff. This is not political stuff. This is for you and your telomeres.
But and he was so vulnerable, and I just love that. And I think it's
He's very
incredible.
extremely genuine, and
Yeah.
the guy's a genius in his own right, and he's so relatable.
Yeah.
And
But what I love about it is that, listen, if you are struggling or you know someone that's struggling, please reach out to professionals for help. We will post the number if we need to as well. But there's always someone there that understands what you're going through or that can help and just talk through it. And I think his story is amazing. And I'm just so grateful we got to connect with
it
him
was
today.
superb.
All right, listener, until next time, that's his story. We'd love to hear yours as well, too. I had someone ask me, I don't really have much to tell. I'm like, you've survived this planet for 55 years. You have a lot to tell. So your story, no matter what it is important. And we want to hear from you. Please reach out to us at connect at Jamie, Jaime, Marco, Marco.com. We'd love to have you as a guest. And until next time,
And if it's really boring, that's why there's a delete button on the computer.
goodbye, listener.
See?
I'm deleting you right now. Just kidding.
Woo! Hey, thank you for tuning into today's What's Your Story podcast.
To learn more or share your story, go to jamiemarco.com. That's www.jaimemarco.com. And we will see you next time.